All right, so I'm recording right now, so I'm officially recording. What's up, family? This is Tariq. Um, it's Sunday night. It's actually Monday morning. Here I'm in Dubai right now, on my way to Zimbabwe. So I had a layover here in Dubai. I'm gonna be back in Dubai next week. I'm gonna spend a couple of days here. But I'm at a hotel in Dubai right now. The connection is a little slow. Turn up the volume. All right, let me turn the volume up, volume up, volume up. All right. Shit. Think that's as high as the volume goes. Testing one, two. Yeah, I think that's as high as the volume should can go. Let me see this. Yo, how's that sounding now? Is it double? Hold on. Testing, testing, testing. How's that? I don't know how that sounds right now. I don't know if there's a double voice there. Audio input. All right. But it's pretty high on the monitor, what I see. Man, man. What's up, Sankofa Movement? I sure did. You better believe I did. Sankofa Movement in here trolling. What's up, Charm? How are you, dear? All right, but I'm here. I'm in Dubai. I'm chilling. I'm not going to be on here too long. It's not getting better. Just flow. Okay. You guys are going to, it's going to look real janky live, but I'm going to put the playback on. But I'm here. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Um, I know a lot of y'all watching the game. That's what's up. Um, my flight is like in an hour or two. It's in a couple of hours, so I got to go downstairs. Out here in Dubai, they have hotels in the airport. They got hotels in the airport. Connection slow, low volume. I don't know why the volume is so low. I do not know why the volume is so low. Let me try something else. Let me try this. I hate when I'm traveling, man. It's hard to do the show because you never know what the connection is going to be. All right, triple speakers, input. Okay, input volume. There you go. That should be louder right there. There you go. That should be much louder right there. This won't work. All right. All right. So the sound should be a little bit louder. All right. The volume is fine now. I turned the volume all the way up, so we should be good to go. Let me turn that one down. All right, so the volume should be good to go right now. But anyway, like I said, I'm not going to be on here too long. I already know that it's kind of janky. A couple of things I wanted to touch on. Um, I was on a Jesse Lee Peterson show um, really a month ago. It was about a month ago I was on his show. Well, my eyes are bloodshot, man. I look like I've been drinking and doing the pipe. But I was on Jesse Lee Peterson's show. We put the interview up with me and Jesse Lee Peterson going at it, and very good interview. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's very good. Check that out with me and Jesse Lee Peterson going at it. Um, a lot of people commenting on it. I put it on my page. It's on Jesse Lee Peterson's page. Um, Now, yesterday, Pete Rock, the legendary Pete Rock, shout out to Pete Rock. I know it's people. They wanted me to call Pete and have Pete call in, but the internet is so janky that's going to be hard to do. Pete Rock put up a clip of, me going in it with Jesse Lee Peterson. Pete Rock put up a clip of it, where I'm going in on Jesse. And he said something to the effect, and I'm not knocking my brother Pete. Pete is good people, but he was saying, respect the elders, let him speak to hear his point of view. And then Erica Badu, shout out to Erica Badu, the lovely Erica Badu. I like Erica Badu. She chimed in, and let me show you what she said. Erica said, hold on, I'm gonna give you all exactly what she said. Hold on. Okay. Hold on, that's his Pete's people hit me up now. It's gonna be kind of hard to hit him up, but okay. I'll try to call him. I'll try to call him. But anyway, Erica said, she said, talking to me, she's like, he won't let the man talk. That's no good host. Now I think looking at the clip, she might have thought that I was the host of the show and he was my guest, which he wasn't. I was a guest on his show. So I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. As far as that, she thought I was the host, and I'm not the host. I wasn't the host of the show because I kind of took control of everything. It appeared that I was the host, but no. Then she said, no respect for the elder, even if his viewpoint is tainted, just saying. Now, I posted that up on my Instagram, and I asked people about that elder thing. Because I'm thinking, okay, does Erica know Jesse Lee Peterson's background? Maybe she doesn't know. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she doesn't know. But that whole elder thing, let's get into that elder thing. Because we got to understand, and I talked about this before, everybody ain't qualified to be no damn elder. You understand me? Everybody's not qualified to be an elder. You understand? There's a difference between an elder and an old nigga. Jesse Lee Peterson is an old nigga. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, that was an elder. Dick Gregory was an elder. Bill Valentine is an elder. James Small is an elder. Kaba Kamene is an elder. Shahrazad Ali is an elder. These are people who've been in the game for a minute and they've come to an age where they can bestow their wisdom to uplift the young generation. That's what an elder is. We got to be clear on what this elder thing is. We got this thing where we want to, and black people, we got a very bad habit. What's up, Raekwon the chef? We got a very bad habit of utilizing peacetime rhetoric during war. Understand, we're at war with these white supremacists, and these white supremacists are using their coons, using their bedwenches, using their collaborators to assist them. So we got to stop using soft terms and handling these people with kid gloves. Jesse Lee Peterson ain't nobody's damn elder. By a long shot. As a matter of fact, Jesse Lee Peterson told me he wasn't black. If you listen to the other interview I did with him, he said that he was not black. He's an American. He's not African. He's an American. He's not black. He's an American. So, elder to who? We got to be very clear on that elder thing. See, the thing is, they utilize and again, Jesse Lee Peterson, he's utilized by these think tanks, these white supremacist think tanks. They put him out there. They put him out there and they promote him and they give him these white supremacist talking points. Pete and Erica were saying, well, we got to listen to him and hear him out. Understand this. When you're dealing with a person like Jesse Lee Peterson, and I do the debates, quote unquote, not really debates, they're really learning sessions, but I do that to show people how to deal with the white supremacists, coons, and collaborators. I do that to let you know how to deal with them, because what happens is the white supremacists, they don't want to mess up their reputation by regurgitating these anti-black talking points. So they'll get a black person to do it for them. And that's where Jesse Lee Peterson comes in. And the name of the game is not for him to have a real respectable discourse. The name of the game for him is to get as many anti-black talking points out there as possible. That's the name of the game with Jesse Lee Peterson and people like him. That's why you notice they say the same thing. They have the same canned anti-black talking points. Basically, they want to get it out fast and change the subject and then keep talking in circles so the clock can run out and time is up. And they got all their anti-black talking points out there. And then they try to trip you up and confuse you. Understand, that's exactly what they're doing. And remember, like Richard Spencer, I listened to what the white supremacists say. Richard Spencer said, look, I'm not about fairness. I'm not about equality. I don't value fairness and equality. I value dominating. I value domination, power. And that's what these discourses are a lesson in. They want to dominate the conversation with anti-black rhetoric. He gets a check. He gets his butter biscuits. And then you sitting up there trying to have a discussion that you think is fair. You understand? It's not a fair discussion. You got to dominate that conversation. You have to dominate the conversation. When you're dealing with a Jesse Lee Peterson or other people like him, you have to take control. And you don't dominate it by trolling. Because see, the white supremacists, oftentimes, they will try to dominate the conversation through trolling. Tucker Carlson does that. He's a troll. He just starts trolling when you're having a debate with him. That's his out. That's his way of getting out of having a serious discourse. He'll just start trolling bullshit. So you have to dominate with facts. You got to get your talking point in, and you got to debunk their bullshit very quickly. And don't worry about that talking over people or whatever, because the coons and the white supremacists will talk over you at the drop of a hat. Not only will they talk over you, they'll just cut you off. If you start getting them in a corner, they'll just cut you off, which they do to me on Fox News all the time. When I'm backing them in a corner with their talking points, they'll just cut you off and take you off there and be like, okay, have a good day. So it's very important to dominate the conversation respectively. And yeah, Ben Shapiro does that too. Ben Shapiro is good. He'll just keep talking and talking with all of those white supremacist talking points nonstop. He just hits you with a bunch of bullshit nonstop. Blacks are this. The black family is a problem. Black single mothers are the problem. It's not white racism. It's the liberals. It's not white racism. It's black drugs. It's rap. He just hit you with a whole bunch of bullshit. So you have to stop that. You have to interject and say, wait, no. Let's unpack what you just said. They'll tell a straight up lie and then move on to the next lie. And that's the thing. We got to stop letting them do that. It ain't about listening to their point of view. Their point of view is to tell as many lies as possible. Your point of view has to stop their bullshit and make them stand on the lie they just told and debunk their lies. That's exactly what I did with Jesse Lee Peterson. Every time he told a lie, I brought it back. Like, wait. Jesse, let's unpack that. I kept saying that. Let's unpack that. Let's go back. Let's unpack what you just said. Then I get it, and then I crush it and debunk the shit out of it. And he's just sitting there, amazing. He ain't got nothing else to say. Then he had to stop me. You saw when I was going at it with Jesse, he was like, you're talking so fast. You're like, can you not talk so fast? Meaning, can you stop debunking my bullshit? That's what he was saying. Because every time he throws some bullshit out there, I stop and quickly chop that bullshit up and shut it all the way down and just pour water on the ashes of it. Well, can you stop talking so fast and so long? No, you ask a question. I'm going to answer it and debunk everything you're saying before you move on to the next lie. You got to get them fast. That's how you got to do. You got to take control of these conversations with you when you're with these people. When you're with the coons and the white supremacists, their job is to throw lies out there. And they know it's bullshit, by the way. They know it's bullshit. It's your job to debunk it quickly. Man. He said, yeah, you say a lot of empty words with no meaning, like Michael Eric Dyson. He tried to throw a shot at Michael Eric Dyson. I said, brother, you trying to say I'm not meaning anything. I'm giving you an answer to the question. And Jesse's job, understand his job, and people like him, is to deny white supremacy at every turn. His job is to deny white supremacy. That's his job. His job is to blame black people for everything negative to justify the white supremacists harming black folks. And his job is to deny, deny, deny white supremacy at all costs. That's why you have to take control and you keep bringing it back to what it is. Because he was making they love bringing up this talking point, and this is what Jesse said, back in the 60s when black folks used to be decent, he says little slick shit like that. I'm like, okay, the family was together, black folks had this, black folks had that. And I say, yes, and black folks were dealing with white supremacy. That's why we had a civil rights movement. Well, they weren't dealing with white supremacy. They were dealing with discrimination. That's white supremacy, Jesse. Well, they were dealing with segregation. That's white supremacy, Jesse. Well, they were dealing with the laws. What were the laws, Jesse? Jim Crow. That's white supremacy, Jesse. You keep bringing it back. Don't let them keep using these empty, soft terms for white supremacy. You understand? They like using these terms to describe white supremacy, which softens it up a little bit. When you use terms like segregation, that softens it up because segregation is white supremacy. Segregation wasn't a two-way thing. Segregation was a one-way thing. Understand, segregation was a one-way thing. Black folks couldn't go into areas. Black folks couldn't go into restaurants. Black folks couldn't get jobs in certain places. White people weren't held back. White people could go anywhere they wanted to go. They could ride anywhere on the bus they wanted to ride. They can go to any restaurant in white or black neighborhoods. They own the neighborhoods for the most part. Segregation, understand, it wasn't a two-way thing. Segregation just is white supremacy. See, we got to stop letting them fool us and trick us with these little bullshit words, and we got to call it what it is. That's why you're going to keep saying white supremacy over and over. Yes, because you keep talking about white supremacy. You dig? See, the thing about Jesse Lee Peterson, even though he's a coon, and I hate to admit it, he's a likable coon. And a couple of people, they pointed that out. They're like, Jesse Lee Peterson, he said, Tariq, you kind of made him likable. No, the thing is, Jesse Lee Peterson, he's likable, and that's the trick bag. That's the trick bag, because that's why they got Jesse Lee Peterson and they push him out there. That's why he's pretty effective for the white supremacists, because he's this little frail, old black dude, little unassuming guy who seems a little slow, has a little speech impediment. So naturally, you don't want to go in on him, but he's a vicious, hardcore coon. Let's be very clear. So understand. And they put him out there because it's hard to, and this is why I guess Erica and all these people, Erica Badu, they see me going in on him, and it's like, oh, come on. It's like when you see a little clip of me breaking his bullshit down, it looks like I'm beating up on an old, frail man. You dig? Hold on 1 second. This is my wake-up call. Hold on. Hello? Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let me give me my wake-up call. I'm already up. No! God. Hold on, man. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. But like I said, with Jesse, he's a little frail man. He can't talk that well, so you almost feel a little pity for him. But no, that nigga says some real foul shit about black folks. He called Trayvon Martin a thug. I mean, no, don't let that little frail speech impediment, Southern coon, I'm just a good old Southern boy. Don't let that fool you. I have fun with him and I know how to be witty with him, but I smack the shit out of them talking points because I know who's behind him. But I said, respect your elders, even the coons, hell no. Don't be on that respect the elder shit, because understand this, the people in the dominant white society, they don't do that respect the elder shit. If some elders are doing something in white society, they have no problem getting rid of them. They will throw mama from the train. Remember that movie? Throw mama from the train. They'll shit. You better go look up the Menendez brothers, the white supremacists. They'll slit their fucking parents' throat if the parents do something they don't like. That's why you always see stories about kids. A little white kid couldn't get to play his Xbox and went and drowned his grandma because she locked his Xbox up. They don't fuck around with that respect elder shit. They'll kill the shit out of mama, grandma. And look at some of these old Nazis from World War II who try to hide out in different parts of the world. They'll find those old Nazis down in South America somewhere and wheel their asses into court like it's nothing. They'd be 103 years old. Put them on trial. Ain't no respect the elders. No, you did some shit 70 years ago you shouldn't have done. These last few years are going to be spent in jail. You can bring your oxygen tank and bring your little heart medicine, but you're going to go to jail, elder. We got this thing where we have straight up coons, old coons, fucking it up for everybody, and we're supposed to give them some respect. Hell no. Hell, you got to earn the title of an elder. Just being old ain't no elder. Fuck that. What's up, Jay Shaw? What the hell? Okay, it's calling me for, man. Okay, I'm just gonna let that ring. Here at the hotel, they call you for everything. They bring the food and call you up. You eating? They're like, "Hello, Mr. Nasheed. How's the waffles? They're good, motherfucker. I'm eating them. Let me finish. Shit. How are the buffalo wings? They're good. They're good. You don't have to call me over and over. Thank you. I mean, I know you're being hospitable. They calling. The fuck do I want? But oh, Larry Elder, please, that nigga. But yeah, we got to understand. Yeah, we can't play games with coons. And see, black folks, we got a very bad problem of dealing with people in a peacetime mentality when we're at war. We're at war for our survival. So we can't be coddling the coons. You understand? We can't coddle coons. That's the thing. We want to have coons around and kind of laugh and kind of joke with him. And I joke with Jesse on his show, but I destroy his bullshit, though. I destroy his bullshit talking points. You understand? I'm recording the stream now, so y'all don't worry about the playback is going to be a little janky, but I'm going to upload the proper playback of it a little later, so it's not going to be janky like this. All right? By the way, we're going to have a Kickstarter for the new Ism Radio reality series. A lot of you love the pilot of the show. We did a pilot. Everybody loves the pilot. We're going to do a Kickstarter, get a few dollars so we can travel, because what we're going to do with the pilot, not the pilot, but the series, we're going to, me and my lovely female co-host, we're going to travel around the country and we're going to feature black businesses all over the country. So if we go to Chicago, we're going to try to showcase many black businesses as possible. Do you know nobody's done that on television? They don't, BT, TV One, none of these people, you never see black businesses showcased. That's because a lot of times when you're on network television, you got white sponsors, so you got to cater to them. You understand? But notice stuff like Anthony Bourdain and the stuff like, we're going to do something along those lines, but we're going to be hitting up black spots all over the country. Go down to Atlanta, let folks know. Hold on, man. God damn, the fuck they keep calling for? Hold on. Hello. Thank you. All right, sorry about that. Okay. Damn. Well, this hotel is the call in this goddamn hotel. But yeah, like I said, man, we're going to go to different spots and feature. Because I go to cities, man, and people take me to restaurants. I'm like, how come the fuck I ain't never heard of this? Some banging spots, man, some tight food spots. And you don't know about it until you go there. Yeah, we're definitely going to do restaurants. We're definitely going to do restaurants. That's a given. But I also want to do other types of businesses too, to show what's popping. And we're going to do that here in LA. Well, not here now. I'm not in LA right now, but when I get back to LA, we'll do it in LA. I want to do it in Atlanta, Chicago, New York, to show a lot of the black spots in Memphis, places like that. And that's going to be real tight. So the beginning of next week, sometime next week, when I get settled in, we're going to post the Kickstarter thing up. So everybody get involved with it, man. We're going to make this thing poppin'. We're going to make it pop off. Why did I waste my time talking to the Grand Coon? Not a waste of time, because it's a learning experience, family. We got to start listening, goddammit. Y'all got to listen and understand the game. You black folks, we on this show, why are you wasting your time talking to him? No, there's a reason why. You notice these white supremacists and the coons, they just regurgitate the same talking points over and over again. It's to get all of their people on code. That's why they regurgitate the same shit over and over, over and over. It's about getting them on code. We got to get on code with our facts. We got to be able to debunk that so we can be on code with what we need to do to not internalize the bullshit they say about us. Because you got black folks who are non-coons who start believing that shit where it's our own fault that we ain't doing nothing in our community. I guess we just need to do better. No, when you start talking that dumb shit, then you start ignoring the white supremacy. When you start pointing out white supremacy, now you're showing what the problem is. And when you see what the problem is, you automatically start looking for solutions. That's why they hate when I use the term white supremacy, because it's the truth. Understand this whole thing about racism is about ignorance. Because I see a lot of black folks say that. You notice that? You notice a lot of black folks will be on this bullshit. Well, racism is really about ignorance. I just have to show them how great I am. I want black people right now to let that narrative go. That's why on the show we're talking about who's smart, and not through Jesse for a loop. He said, well, black people dumb for letting the white supremacists get over on them. And I said, yes. And that threw him and all the white supremacists off. I said, collectively, yes. That's what Neely Fuller has broken down to us, and that throws a lot of people off. Collectively, black people, we were on some dumb shit. That's why collectively the white supremacists got over on us. You understand? Some people will say, no, man, they ain't smart, man, they just evil. Understand, you can be evil and smart. Some of the most evil people are smart. They use their smarts for evil. We think just being good people is going to cut it. No. We got to understand the game and understand when people are trying to get over on us. And we have to understand how these white supremacists use evil wits to dominate us. We got to acknowledge that. And when you acknowledge that, that shocked him. He got stuck on that. Because see, what happens is black people got a habit of saying, hey, we ain't dumb. We did this. We did that. You know, look, I've done a movie, and they start quoting my movie, which is fine. But we start trying to prove to them all the fly shit that we did and how smart we are. That's the equivalent of a armed guard standing in front of a jail cell, and a black person in that cell has read 300 books, and you tell them, hey, you dumb. Like, I'm not dumb, my brother. I have read 300 books. I have got my PhD here in college. I have debated some of the best scholars here in the jail college. I'm way smarter than you. You make minimum wage. I'm smarter than you. But the white supremacists can say, well, if you're so smart, how come I'm out here and you and others like you are in there, and they got you. You understand? No matter how wicked or whatever, on code, they are smart enough to be on a universal code with each other to dominate us. Universally, as a collective. They have outsmarted us because they have a code and we don't. And even now, we do dumb shit. When they are coding up, we own the dumb shit. Even now, we're going to have to acknowledge that. And the thing is, when you acknowledge that, the white supremacists, they be like, oh, shit. If you look at the comments on Jesse Lee Peterson's page, them white supremacists are mad as shit at me. They mad. Because, see, when you say that, when you say, hey, you motherfuckers are a little, collectively, you are smarter. You did outsmart us. When you say that, they go on alert. When you say that, they go on alert. Because now, once you've acknowledged the problem, and the white supremacists are masters of this, once you've acknowledged the problem, you will automatically look for solutions to rectify that problem. So now when you look at them as the problem, and yeah, I'm at a disadvantage, they're like, okay, this nigga done woke up. Fuck that Tariq, that dumb nigga. Then they start going in. They really don't like that. They love when we sitting up talking about we did this, I'm smart this, they love that. They love that. You dig? Collectively, we weren't unified. We fall for their tricks over and over again. Just like they had this women's march thing this weekend. They had the women's march thing. And these white supremacist female women's groups, what they do, they don't do shit for black women throughout the year, or never. And then when it comes to marching and get media attention, they go get every black woman they can find and push them in the front of the march. I've been looking at the media. I mean, black women are right there in the front, yelling, chanting, dancing, smiling. They put the sisters right in the damn forefront. And what they do, they latch on. They see, right now, there's a lot of anti-black hatred on the forefront with Trump, the Trump administration, all these white supremacist groups. There's anti-black hatred, and globally there's anti-black sympathy. People are sympathizing globally, not here, but they see black people protesting globally. They see we out here fighting, struggling with these white supremacists globally. So the world sees that. So what happens? The white supremacist females, they know how to latch on to that momentum, go grab a bunch of sisters and be on some we sister girls for the day. The donations start coming in, and all that intersectional bullshit goes out the window when it comes to intersecting that damn money. That money ain't being intersection. All that, we all in this together. That money ain't together when the millions of dollars of donations come in. They ain't sharing that with none of y'all. They're not sharing their political clout with sisters at all. And they've been running the same game since the abolitionist movement. And we don't pick up on that shit yet. We still fall for the same trick. Collectively, they have outsmarted us over and over and over again. We're going to have to acknowledge that. And we were arguing with some bedwenches on Twitter because I pointed that out, that these white women's groups got these sisters in the forefront and they're not going to do anything for them. I've had these Negro bedwenches all up in my timeline. Oh, Tariq, you being a negative Nancy. Oh, Tariq, why you trying to mess it up? Why are you trying to rain on the parade? This is something positive. Why are you trying to take the energy from that? I'm like, positive for who? Positive for who? See, the thing is, black folks, we get on this shit where we want to feel good for the day. We want to get on some feel-good bullshit without any tangibles, without any resources. We just want to feel good. We want to get some attention because we live off feelings. We want to feel good with no money, with no resources, sitting up broke, but we want to go somewhere and feel good for the day. That's why we love going to certain events once a year. We love All-Star Weekend. We love Freaknik. We love Black Beach Weekend. We love little events so we can feel good and take the feel good memories home and live off the feel good memories. Man, we had it cracking at the Women's March. Man, the Women's March was off the chain. You know, we get on that bullshit. We love living off the memories, man. Freaknik was cracking. With no tangibles. With no tangibles. You understand? Who is that? Who is this? Somebody said, who lied? Who is this Ralph dude? Ralph. Who's lying, Ralph? Where you at, Ralph? Where's that Ralph dude? Somebody said somebody's lying. Who's lying, Ralph? Wait, Ralph, get on in here. I want to... let's get in here. What's that, Ralph? Ralph said something. This nigga lying. Though. You talking about me? Who's lying? If I'm lying, let's point my lie out. You dig? You tell me what I'm lying about. Let's bring some truth to power right here. But we've been falling for that same trick with these white supremacist feminists. They've been doing that for years, using the momentum for black movements to fuel their own movement so they can stuff their damn pockets with money. They did that with the abolitionist movement. Understand, the first wave of white feminists, they were getting money from the abolitionist movement. That was a big old hustle right there. Understand, the abolitionist movement was about some of these northern white people. Many of them were white supremacists. They didn't really give a fuck about the well-being of black folks because, hell, after slavery, they didn't welcome us with no open arms. They damn sure didn't welcome us with open arms. But what they would do, they would say, hey, look at this poor black person enslaved. Look how bad slavery is. Send me money to help the poor black person enslaved. So people would send in the donations to the white abolitionists. The white abolitionists would send some pamphlets down and pocket the money. They do the same shit with Haiti and Africa. They do the same thing now. Susan B. Anthony and all of those people, they were down with that whole shit. So they've always used the momentum for black struggle for their own gain. And then they did the same thing in the 1960s. The black civil rights movement, the white feminists came in and said, hey, sisters, come march with us. Let's use some of that momentum. Them white women got millions and millions and millions of dollars in resources and political clout all through the 70s. That's where a lot of these women's centers and crisis centers and rape centers and abuse centers popped up in the 70s. And white women were getting millions of dollars over that shit, and sisters didn't get a goddamn thing. They've been running the same game over and over again. They'll put you in the forefront, let the money come in, and then act like they don't know you. We fall for the same shit every goddamn time. Without asking for tangibles. We don't say nothing about getting no tangibles. Now, when I was on my man, on Jesse's show, yeah. Well, Ralph, say what you got to say now, because it sounds like you trolling. Sound like you trolling, Ralph. But Jesse did you see when he brought up Booker T. Washington? And that really got him. When he brought up Booker T. Washington. Well, a lot of coons and white supremacists, they love bringing up Booker T. Washington. They said, well, Booker T. Washington spoke out against the race hustlers of the day. Booker T. Washington, he talked about black people who use the race card and all that old dumb shit. And they love using Booker T. Washington as an example. Because Booker T. Washington was hustling. Booker T. Washington was really the first black leader that was assigned by white society. Booker T. Washington, right after slavery, they needed somebody to contain black folks. So they needed to have their own spokesperson. So all of these philanthropists started to fund Booker T. Washington, and they put him out there in the press because the white people, they control the press. So all of them got together in the press and said, hey, this is the black leader. This is the ambassador of the black society. They told us this was the leader. They always do that. But Booker T. Washington, even though publicly he would calm black folks down, he was like, hey, stop worrying about voting, stop worrying about equality. Let's just work here on our farms and, let's not make any trouble. And hopefully the white folks will leave us alone. And a lot of black folks got, kind of bent out of shape over that. But that pacified white society, they gave Booker T. Washington millions of dollars. But Booker T. Washington couldn't stand white supremacists. He hated their guts. Booker T. Washington secretly funded black radical groups. He would hide black radicals down there at Tuskegee. And I brought this up to Jesse. That just fucked his world up. Because this is very well documented. The personal letters of Booker T. Washington, he couldn't stand these white supremacists. Go look up some stuff by John Henry Clark. John Henry Clark does a great lecture on this, by the way, too. So this is very well documented. Booker T. Washington was hustling them white supremacists heavy. And I pointed that out. And I said, Booker T. Washington was hustling, and you hustling too, Jesse. That's why I like you. And that fucked him up a little bit. That fucked him up a little bit. You understand? He had students. Yeah. Booker T. Washington, he was a rider, man. He was a rider. But this is why we got to learn. We got to know history. When we go in, we got to know facts. We got to understand when we deal with people who are using these white supremacist talking points, they'll mix a piece of truth in with a lot of lies. So we have to know shit. We got to be on top of our game. You dig? Yeah, we got to definitely be on top of our game. I got to get out here and get on my plane in a minute. Your high school was named after Booker T. Washington. Yeah, there's a lot of schools named after Booker T. Washington. Yeah, he was the go-to guy. I mean, he was the guy back then. He was the top black person back then. He was the dude. You dig? Oh, yeah. That crushed the coon myth of Booker T. Washington. I love when they bring that up. Because I love to bring up the fact that he was hustling their ass. Okay, Ralph, you sound like Crispy, Ralph. Okay, you talking dusty nigga shit. And that's another thing. Dusty niggas, hating ass bitch niggas, that's some shit. We're going to have to crush these dudes and get them out the mix. That's the problem. We got to stop allowing goofy fuckboy bitch niggas around the mix. We got to have some riders out here. See, we coddle. See, we become a society in black society where we coddle the coons. We fondle the fuck niggas. And bestow the bedwenches. We have these bullshit ass people around us that we cape for. And we're going to have to charge that to the game. See, the problem is when it's time to start crushing these people and their bullshit, all of a sudden we want to be on some kumbaya shit. We want to stand out there and be like, oh, Lord, don't hurt him, Lord, leave him alone. No, fuck that. Anybody who's going to be detrimental to black empowerment for the group, they're going to have to step aside. We got to have that mentality. Fuck niggas, bedwenches, coons, coon coddling. Real talk, Janelle. We got too much coon coddling going on. But we got to go, oh, leave the coon alone. He don't mean no trouble, and he's entertaining. See, we're entertained by coons. So fuck all that. You dig? We got to get that shit up out the mix. Fuck niggas got to get up out the mix. We got to be out here building. I mean, we got to get a global understanding of how this shit has to be. Because I'm traveling. I'm over here. I'm the only black person on the plane coming over here to Dubai. I'm tired of seeing that bullshit. I'm tired of seeing us losing. We're losing. Globally, we're losing. I'm literally the only black person on the plane. Literally. There's no other black person on the plane. And I think I've seen about 3 or 4 black people here at this airport in Dubai. Now, I know it'll be different when I go out, but we're not global. We're not traveling like we should be. We're not being out here international players like we should be. You dig? we're just letting the dominant society relegate us to certain areas while everybody else is jet setting and becoming a global force. But this whole thing of us coddling coons, that's going to have to stop. And I know Erica Badu and my man Pete Rock, I don't know if they meant anything. I don't take it negative, a shot at me. I don't take it as a negative thing towards me. I'm thinking maybe they don't know the background of Doom. They don't know the background of Jesse Lee Peterson, but hell, just 10 seconds of watching him, you know he's a goddamn coon. So don't watch somebody who's obviously cooning and then start talking about they're an elder. Let's get off that. He is nobody's elder. We got to get off that. That motherfucker is not nobody's elder. These coons are not our brothers. We got that thing too. Hey man, we leave that coon over there alone. He's still our brother. We need to get together. Come on, man. And I'm talking about conscious coons too. They're conscious coons too. Don't let nobody fool you with that conscious talk. They talk real black, but they out here getting over, running bullshit gangs and lying. That's a form of cooning too. Let's just be very clear now. Let's be very clear. All right? Anyway, y'all, let me get up out of here, man. I got a plane in an hour. Let me go find my gate in this big-ass airport. I'm going to post this up a little later because I know the stream is choppy, so I'm going to upload it. Got it? Go to 1804movie.com. Go to hiddencolorsfilm.com, ladies and gentlemen. And go to Ism Radio on YouTube. Go to the Ism Radio page, subscribe. If you're right here looking at me live, subscribe to this page, family. All right? So I'm going to be in Zimbabwe later tonight. Hopefully I can do an Instagram stream. Y'all follow me on Instagram at Tariq Elite. All right? And I'll try to do an Instagram stream in Zimbabwe when I get there. You dig? I'll try to do an Instagram stream. All right, so y'all be good, man. Y'all have a good day. I'm going to holler. Where are we at?